All right, we'll get started. I'll call the meeting to order. Start with pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, got approval for the August 26th minutes. There a motion to approve. Any objections?
Red, they'll be all here, correct? I would make a motion to approve.
Second. Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor of the minutes of August 26th, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Next on the agenda is Road 600. Post 600 Cat CO LLC zoning change classification from ag district to district business PUD, district of vacated land, 600 east variance.
Excuse me, Dave, I think we should hire an attorney officially before we do that.
All right,
So I'd like to make the motion and retain Cody as our attorney.
so there's a second.
Second.
Terry, for the attorney.
Oh, okay. I'll second.
And motion's been made second to accept. And before we do this, introduce yourself.
Hi, Cody Spear. I've got an office in Canton. I actually bought Harry Falk's building. I've been here since, I've been practicing accounting since, off and on for 2017. But I opened up shop in, January 2023. So. Pleasure to meet you.
All right. Now that we know who he is, now we can vote. All in favor of accepting as our new lawyer, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, say nay. Carries. All right, now we'll get back to Carol's.
By way of, introduction of this project, I would just like to take a second and explain a couple of things about the petition that's in front of you today. So first of all, the petition that's in front of you, as you see, the petitioner is Road 600 Company LLC. So some of you may be familiar with some discussions that have taken place about a project that would potentially be located in that area. This petition that's in front of you is submitted by the company that owns that ground, not the company who would be leasing it to put in the project. The reason that it's set up the way it is because in the event that something changes and the project changes, the company changes, the owner of that ground still wants to go ahead and rezone it and set up a PUD there so that they can conduct a similar type of operation in that location, even if it's not the Marbella. Second, I just wanted to kind of briefly explain what our goal is here tonight. And I've spoken with Attorney Spear in advance of this meeting to make sure that he and I are on the same page about the process and the procedure that we're going to follow here. So this is going to look a little bit similar to the RDD project that you guys recently, that rezoning process, in that what we're asking for tonight is going to be an initial favorable recommendation to the county commissioners to change the zoning to PUD district. Assuming that the zoning does get changed to PUD district, then at a separate meeting in the future, the owner will have to come back to you with a fully presented plan for how they're going to develop that property and what that's going to look like, and all of the nitty gritty details and any concerns that you guys have can be fleshed out and addressed and incorporated into the details of that plan. So I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page, that we don't have to get into all of those minutia here tonight.
Okay, thank you. Those of you that don't know me, I'm Carl Ramsey. I work with everything dairy related and has a Fair Oaks address. Okay, I'm not involved in the Lake Village dairy. I'm gonna lay this out a little bit and then I'll bring it up here to you and try to get it straightened out. The area we're talking about, we'll just go to the video. The area we're talking about, we're gonna start here on county line. It's gonna be somewhere in here, down county line to division to 550. Stop here, then meander across. I have it legal, I have this large topography with the legal. Okay. So that is the location. I want to tell you a little bit about, for those of you that have not been following some of the discussions. I'll tell you a little bit about Marvella. And this will, you know, if I get boring, you all tell me to shut up. Most of you know me, so you can do that. It is proven that, so this is what we're proposing to put there. Okay, we're proposing to put there Marvella, the girls' sports experience. Okay, that's the broad overview. The executive summary reads like this: it is proven that youth athletics cement the foundation of character, leadership, and perseverance, values that mold young people into leaders for tomorrow. Title IX legislation in 1972 intended to provide the same opportunities through sports to our young women. Even after 52 years of progress since Title IX, a real need remains to provide our young women resources, character development, mental health education, and opportunity to mold them into confident leaders of tomorrow. Extensive research reveals disturbing data that young females suffer from mental health issues at higher rates than ever before in our history. Extensive research also reveals that women who participate in team or youth sports are far more likely to lead healthy adult lives and are more likely to be successful in all aspects of life: career, health, education, community, and involvement. Market feedback and research reinforces that our mission will provide a needed solution to the challenges faced by our young women. Understand that this is the first of its kind in the nation that we are proposing here. In partnership with Newton County and Fair Oaks Farms, GT Sports Ventures is pleased to announce the launch of our country's first ever sports and leadership complex designed and dedicated to the needs of our young female athletes. Designed with the best in quality commitment, we will provide teams, individual athletes, and families a safe, athletic, educational, and entertaining family experience intended to enhance lives and promote healthy development while providing a memorable family experience. They have the support of numerous state and county leaders. We will receive upwards of 50% of project funding from philanthropic state and county resources. Support or partnerships include the Indiana Sports Corp, Indiana Destination Development Corporation, Indiana Commission for Women, the Northwest Indiana Forum, Indiana Economic Development Corporation, National Federation of State High School Associations, the Jasper Newton Foundation, in addition to numerous sports and youth organizations. Okay, to further this, and I know this might get into a little bit of the weeds when we discuss the plan at the next meeting, hopefully. Marvella Sports will operate 7 days per week. Hours will flex based on season and events. Summer, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Fall and spring, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Winter, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. And then Marvella Foundation, which inside this complex, there will be a small, in regards to the total, non-for-profit mental health and medical clinic, something deeply needed within our county. Marvella Foundation events and services, summer 7 to 10, fall and spring 7 to 8, winter 7 to 10. Okay? I don't need to read that, we just did. Don't care. Yeah, there's another one in here that I really want to get to, right here. So, folks, altogether, this is going to be about a $100 million involvement into our county. Phase one is a $67+ million indoor athletic center. Within that indoor athletic center, there will be flex courts, which would mean any combination of 8 basketball courts, including a large championship court for televised or regional state championship type activities, 2 small multi-purpose turf fields, and 15 volleyball courts. The flex turf fields could be 2 large high school regulation size, 1 college or pro size, or multiple youth size. So there is going to be concessions, business development, workshop areas. There's also going to be built into this operation televised and radio locations so that it doesn't have to be added on later. Phase 2 of the program will have the Leadership and Wellness Center. There's going to be a lot of again, a medical clinic, a mental health clinic. The group Marvella has guaranteed that they will make available to both county high schools sports trainers at no cost to those high schools during sporting events where a trainer is requested. They have also made public that the use of their facilities will be given at a discount, if not gratis, to local sporting teams. Of course, better, so when there's not something huge going on there already. We are expecting, and remember where our location is, please. Our location is right next to exit 220 on the interstate. To get into the entrance, which I'll show you on another map, to get into the entrance, it's about a half mile down county line from State Road 14. So easy in, easy out, back onto the interstate, and away they go. Can we ever guarantee that anyone gets lost? Of course we can't. But it is going to be made as easy as possible for ingress and egress. They are anticipating, once up and going, over 1 million annual visitors. We will have, again, there will be food, snacks, meeting rooms and areas, many ways for people of the county to capitalize on this project. I've got some pretty pictures, but they're just drawing, computer animated stuff that could show you that, they're gonna try to grow green grass and have some beautiful landscaping, all of which is better than what is there currently. A little bit more about the Marvella Foundation. There will be a scholarship program to support low-income disadvantaged children and families from single-parent households, Women in Sports Tribute Museum and Hall of Fame, Leadership Wellness Success Center, including a media center and auditorium to conduct leadership speaker series and to deliver educational programming in the areas of leadership and character development, mental health, wellness, fitness, and nutrition. Sports Science Institute to conduct and promote research for healthy development of young female athletes. At this time, I'd like to kind of go back and talk more about some of the infrastructure details. This sports park will have its water provided by, if allowed, have its water provided by the existing Newton County water and wastewater facility that is right there really close. The wastewater from this facility, human wastewater from this facility, will go into the lines that are within a quarter mile of the facility to go to the wastewater treatment plant that the county already owns. The area was set up fantastically for bringing something like this in. Again, ingress, egress, water, sewer, electric is right there, fiber is right there. I guess I would open it up myself to any questions that the board might have.
With the high schools and stuff, say you have sporting events from our high schools in our area can be held there. Are they going to exclusively be just for women's sports? Or can they, say if women's basketball has a big win or something, can they go to that facility and?
You know, that exact question hasn't been breached yet, but they have said that the facilities would be allowed for our local schools to use them in their off times. Now, if like the Spartan girls softball team went to state, then there might be something that we could work out and probably be better, right? I mean, our high school gymnasium may not hold as many people as this, right? The real, you know, the real benefit on the sports side to our local, I believe, is in my opinion, again, is the mental health aspect, the clinic aspect, and the sports trainer facilities that will be open to our student athletes in Newton County. It's really, you know, when I was going to North Newton, you know, we didn't have a sports trainer either, but our coaches knew how to wrap our ankles and that kind of thing if something was needed, right? That's as good as you got. Unless mom and dad did, well, dad didn't give a crap, but anyway, so, you know, having these facilities accessible could really help fill a hole that is currently gaping wide open in our two county school districts.
I'm sure somebody has done their research to show that there's enough to support this.
Yes, you know, I'll revert back to some of the economic development work, you know. Any of you that have ever had kids or grandkids or family members that have done travel sports understand that, you know, it's nothing to drive 2-3 hours, 4 hours for an event on a weekend. Putting that out there, within 45 minutes, and Mike Rowe is on economic development, he's here to, where I might fall short, of course. But if I remember right, within 45 minutes travel time of this area, there's close to 3 million people worth of a population. So that being said, with that many people with that many people going up and down I-65, and with this being girl-centered, boys are not gonna be kicked out. I didn't answer that question properly, I'm sorry. Yes, the research has been done, and this research has been done, and that's one of the reasons they love our location. Because when you look at Chicago, Lafayette, Indianapolis, South Bend, we have millions to draw from.
Yeah, answer my question.
Basically just south of the hotel.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, now would be a good time to bring out the other colorful one I brought out. This is the proposed layout. I don't know how to set it up perfect, but, yeah. So, okay, I've got it backwards. All right, so this is the vision. All right, county line 550. Proposed. Okay, understand? Proposed. Phase one. The indoor facility. That is in site one, or phase one, the proposed indoor facility. Okay. This is part of it right here. This is 330,000 square feet. Okay, for farmers, that's about 8 acres. Okay, indoor facility. All right. The Marbella Foundation, which is, I believe, gonna be right in here, and it's not that big. They're talking about a 30,000 square foot facility. And 30,000 square foot is still a rather large facility. Plenty, I would believe, for clinic, mental health, wellness, those kind, meeting rooms, those kind of. And then as you can see, you know, and right now, the way it looks, you didn't see phase three, but I don't believe there is a phase three. It's all going to be done in 1 and 2. This is a little dated, but it's the best I could get. You know, sports field, soccer, softball, parking, and then your indoor sports, of course, in the 330,000 square foot indoor facility. Okay, so, you know, anybody has been to a co-rec at a university, it's gonna be pretty similar to that, except with seating. Okay. For example, to figure out how well this really works and fits. Okay, this facility right here on the map. And for everybody else. This facility right here is the county's water treatment system to deliver drinking water to the campus that's existing and to this new facility. Plenty of capacity here, we believe, through running all the numbers, plenty of capacity here to do what needs to be done on the water and on the human wastewater side. I-65 entrance would be, I didn't get it in this picture, but you know, about right here where my finger is. All right, in, out, you know, like a hole to our county.
So all the entrances are gonna be on Division, or are you gonna be able to get in up here on County Line Road? as well?
Right here is gonna be the main
That's
entrance on county line. In this drawing, we do show an exit onto division. I will make sure, because there's a little hill right in here, right where this T road comes in. There's a little hill right here, and I'd make sure that we don't, try to come in and out at the bottom of that for safety reasons, right?
Stop sign.
Yeah, there's a stop sign here, but again, there's a little hill here, but anyway. Hill's here, yeah, the hotel sits about right here. Current one, yep.
I'd like to say that I was commissioner when Farrell's first came in. And they were wanting an interchange. And so, we went to the state, we got all this, how they couldn't do an interchange. So we, as commissioners, agreed we'd pay a little money and Derry gave them the ground. And I think politically, politics must have got right, because 2 years later, state says, we haven't done a rural interchange for a while. Think we'll maybe do one there. But I talked to Mike Klosky and I said, Mike, we're putting that interchange in Jasper County. And I said, it's kind of hard for Newton County to invest in an interchange that might develop Jasper County. And Mike said, as long as I'm involved, everything will be built in Newton County. And he's kept his word, except for the hogs, and that's because they're developed.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Thank you.
Natural gas.
Yes, natural gas. Natural gas is here at all of the campus.
Yeah.
And then on the other side of of 14, we have a 6-inch high pressure main for, for there. Capable of 400 PSI, most of the time it's running at 500. And so. Yes.
there's a monster inside the tip.
Yeah, it is.
Part of the tip.
Yeah.
You put a dome on there, maybe we can get the bears down.
Yeah. I think they're moving, right? That's the way it sounds. I think they're moving. I don't know if we want them.
No.
Cool.
We get another $2 million investment, it's pretty amazing. Yeah, it's doing good things.
Water and sewer facilities that were built were envisioned in design their mind. They actually those facilities need more wastewater and they need more use of the water wells to make them more efficient. So pay off our sewer bonds way quicker. Right. Which, no, that's not your guys' problem, that's my problem.
If there's not any more questions right now, I'll open up the audience for any questions or concerns. Yes.
What if there's not as much water as they think there is? Where's it coming from? And you are gonna dry up trying to get the water from that area.
That facility was already. That study was already done. As far as, when those. I wasn't on the school water board when all that was done in the first, it was built, but from what I understand, it's on their now. The intent was for the Cheese and Wade factory and Select to have their ice cream and all the businesses that were proposed. That deal fell through. Now we have more than enough water. We're actually dumping water when if it sits too long in the tower. And the sewer plant, wastewater plant is running at half capacity. We'll only run half of it at a time because there's not enough wastewater going to it. And that makes it harder to run It makes it less efficient to run.
I understand that.
Everything was, the studies that were done and everything that was set up for something exactly like this and more.
That's fine. And it's all well and good. What if the water's not there? Then what are you gonna do?
There's different aquifers. There's a shallow aquifer. Most people draw their residential water from. We have, the water for our water tower is a deep well,
Well, I know,
different source.
I know that.
Okay,
I'm just asking a question,
and I'm just stating, there's a lot of water down there.
okay?
Change your name and address.
Barone,
And your address, please?
Anthony, 4238 West State Road 10. Lake Village.
Yes, go ahead, Melanie.
Just saying, because my well did get dry when my parents lived on the farm, when Prudential was there. So you're saying there's no chance my well will go dry? I think it's 150, 175 feet.
Go ahead.
Since the Prudential incident back in 82 and 88, the state legislature enacted a rule that states that if anyone that has their home well in the limestone aquifer, that's the deep aquifer, if the water falls below their well point, they report to the DNR. The DNR contacts all large water users in the area, checks that we're using water and at what level we're using water, and then makes us users pay for that well to be either lowered or a new well. And I can state that that works well because since 1999, we have had to contribute because of our irrigation activities. We've had to contribute to 4, maybe, since 1999, where we've had to do that.
Did, Marvell, did they pay for the K&S engineering to come out and do the site and soil? Or is that, just Road 600?
I believe Marvella did.
They did that?
Any names?
Was that
Any names?
Melody Barone,
Okay.
Kurt Barone? Same address.
Yeah,
Is there gonna be a very good fencing around this area so that I don't have to worry about people crossing the road on my property?
We can include that in the plan.
Lines on division.
Yes. Yeah.
And I have trees there, so, you know, they're good.
Yeah, we can include that in the plan.
How far down is the building on there? Because I have the one that they posted on their website.
I believe this is probably the same one that he posted. The building is up here, closer to Jason, across the bridge.
One more quick question before you go a different direction. If the water goes dry, you bring them water in every day for her cattle?
Sir, if I may,
yeah, go ahead.
in 25 years, and we've had some pretty dry time.
I told
This
you,
year,
I lived through every one of them.
this year being one of them.
I agree.
And all of our cattle are watered with shallow wells in the shallow sand aquifer.
It's just a question that had to be asked.
Okay, and the answer is,
You're gonna have me water.
we would do everything we could to bring in water, but it's never happened yet.
Okay.
That they posted online.
Yeah.
Actually, the water in the limestone aquifer does not affect the sand water aquifer. I don't say that. Many studies have said that.
Any further questions?
Just some questions. I was wondering, how much wastewater, do they, I mean, have they estimated how much they would use, or,
We haven't got to that point yet, sir.
so you haven't, what about water usage? You haven't estimated how much water usage would be used?
You know, again, it's gonna depend on, water bottle sales and pop sales
Oh,
and,
I got you.
you know.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at,
irrigation.
I'm looking at all that green. I'm not
Yeah.
just wondering.
Yeah, I would say that, right now, knowing what the county's efficiencies are and how the water system is working now. I'd be surprised if we get to the point where it's still working where it needs to be. So, we, at the Dairy Adventure, if we want something to compare to, we use daily around 50,000 gallons of fresh water. We get anywhere from 500 to 750,000 people a year. And we use 50,000 gallons of fresh water. So with 1 million, one could extrapolate, I'm not guaranteeing that, but one could extrapolate from there.
But, yeah, I understand, but I'm just saying they do seem a little bit different possibly, but anyway. I was just asking.
Sure,
And,
sure. And we're gonna, may as well lay it out, right? This goes well, we're gonna try to put hotels,
yeah,
more hotels in to accommodate those people. Restaurants to accommodate those people. So,
then my other thing was, you mentioned investors. The state and the county, do you know how much the investors, and I don't know if the state's doing very good right now, making a lot of cuts.
well, I mean, there is a grant, there are actually 2 different grants that the state allotted this program. And it's not as much as those folks wanted, but they did get it. And then who knows where from there.
Okay.
But it is, again, about a $100 million
Cause you said it could be up to 50%.
from the state and grants and stuff. It's not gonna make that. No.
You said there was, motels. None of this part's gonna have a motel on it, is it?
Not at this moment. We're not even asking for that. It's
It's all sports complex.
it's all sports complex. I threw that out there as, hey, if this thing kicks it in gear. In the plan that we would have to submit to you folks, we would come and ask for a change. To add a hotel to the area.
That's where your water would dramatically increase,
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
So,
Maybe, would you be doing anything with 600 to widen that at all? In and out,
Well,
because it's obviously a fairly narrow.
at this moment, we have not got to that level. There's a lot of hurdles that this project needs to get through. In the past, we have worked with the county on road development. And I believe that we would work with the county on road development to make that, I don't know, better.
Carl, it comes later in the process. It's called a road use agreement. Then that, as it moves along, as the project moves along, or the planning for the project, as it goes through all the approval hoops, that's one of them that comes later.
Since this county line, you have to deal with Jasper County then also?
No, that's our road.
Until
There's
beyond.
jurisdiction north and south,
East side.
controls the north end of it. Jasper controls the south end of county line.
I don't think Nancy and Carl's will say it. I don't think they can see yourself dispensing it.
Lot,
I know I could probably ask this in private, but I'm too lazy to get up and look at the map. Which way is the surface water going, Carl? Is it going towards Elijah Ditch or towards the county? There's a county main, I think, to the side.
The plan is to take most of it to this, what you call the Elijah ditch. And any surface or any subsurface drainage that will work will be utilized.
any more questions? Not, we'll bring it back to the board. More discussion.
It'd be like a 10-year tax, they put them property taxes.
I don't know about that.
Cause they did, or the gal who is the president, stated something like there wouldn't be anything until 2030 on taxes, so I was just curious if that was.
It's not been brought up yet or talked about basically with anyone. As far as debatement.
Wasn't brought up. There's the last meeting.
Well, there's no claim for it,
Of how it would be beneficial to the county.
because all that money's gonna go to that TIF and help pay off that TIF quicker, than go to local.
It was a little louder, sorry.
I know, should have microphones. The money will go to TIF, which could help widen that road. Whatever we need, that money stays within that TIF, it's not gonna stay in Indiana, it stays there, it's spent inside that TIF. So if you're inside that TIF, that's where the money be spent on. But it's still not an abatement, they're still paying into that.
There was just a lot of things like 1,000 jobs and all this, great things. I think it's a great idea. I don't see like all those specifics of what would be beneficial. For the county, I would say, not for them.
Well, from our standpoint, any development that could employ local people and create local infrastructure in the county is a benefit.
15 people from Newton County, or are we talking?
It's really hard to tell, and I don't know that,
They said that, I'm just.
they said 1,000?
She did, yeah.
Huh.
I've never heard that number.
You can use your podcast, not talking about the other people. But
Well-
they did say that it was their land too. But
They
you're
did
saying
they did say, what, I'm sorry?
that this was their land.
Well, in a properly executed lease, they would probably consider that their,
But right now, it's not, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes. Which is owned by the area, let's call it.
we'll call it Road 600.
Which was. Well, I think like 2004 or something like that, so yeah.
Anything else? Not, move on. Okay, I'll bring it back to the board for the question. Yeah, like I said, over a million annual visitors, there is one here, job creations, so I see where you're coming from, it says.
Yeah.
700. There's 776 full-time and 263 part-time. But they
It was close.
So. Employ that many people, be great for the county. So basically what we're voting on is the land use change for the dairy. Nothing to do with sports complex or anything.
Not really yet at this point, just that you would make a favorable recommendation for the planned unit development district to be established in that location. For Road 600 Company LLC.
I'll make a motion that we accept the change of zoning from classification from ag to district business PUD.
Second.
Motion's been made second. On our proposed zoning change, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Carries. That's favorable recommendation to the commissioners, the next commissioner meeting. Next is other matters, anything else? Yeah, okay, turn it out, right, so. Time for somebody, okay. Or other matters, but that's got anything? If not, I need a motion to adjourn.
Don't move.
Second. All those in favor say aye. Or
Aye.
Say aye. All opposed say nay. Adjourn.
Thank you, board.
Here.